We're going to talk about the huge rise that Cardano's had over the weekend. Also, watch to the end because I'm going to be sharing my strategy on how I'm going to continue buying Cardano after this. Let's get into it. And actually wicked all the way down to 58 cents last night. So we've seen a huge rise from both the 53 cent mark and then upwards to the 60 plus cent mark. And now we're just hovering over the 62 mark. I did enter a trade and bought Cardano at 43 cents and traded up, but I ended up selling at 53 cents. But last night I did catch the wick down to 58 cents and purchased more ADA. I am also working on a trading series, so that's going to be coming out soon. But if you'd like to see that series, go ahead and drop a like on the video. And in the near term expectations for ADA, I really expect that maybe it'll go down probably Monday. And it really depends on how other markets are doing, how Bitcoin does, how the Dow is, and everything else. So it most likely will bleed if everything else does bleed on Monday. But there's also a really good chance of it just trading level. Either way, we can expect that ADA is going to go up in the long term. So really, the short-term price action and what happens Monday is irrelevant. I wanted to talk about sustainable growth, and especially when you see things grow rapidly, really quick, and they don't really have any support underneath them. And a prime example of this is Bitcoin back in 2017. It rose and shot up all the way up to the 20K mark, had nothing supporting it, and then quickly fell down. Now, what's different about ADA is we notice that it has support. We notice that ADA has slowly built up this from the 9 cent mark. And now here we are at close to 63 cents. So the difference between a parabolic rise and ADA's rise is ADA's been continuous, steady, and it's eventually gotten to this point. Whereas it's not been sudden or sporadic. So we can expect that ADA, if it does go into a correction, it probably won't correct much. In fact, I think that we probably won't see any lower than a 53 cent ADA in the short term. But all of these are indicators that ADA has long-term staying power and has a very great market dominance. If we look right now on CoinGecko, everyone, so ADA is sitting at the top 4 cryptocurrency there on the chart. And obviously that's been a huge rise that it's taken over the last little while. So it's shocking to see a cryptocurrency make such headway from, I think it was the sub 10 mark, and now it's hit up to the plus 4. Which is incredible. Last time I remember it was at the 9th market spot. So it's overtaking competitors like DOT. And you know that I'm very bullish on DOT. But now it's time to switch my focus and it's time to really get into this ADA game. And I've been looking at ADA for the last couple of weeks and started accumulating a lot more last time I made a video about it. And obviously that wasn't that long ago. That was just last week that video came out. So you can imagine that things are going to happen really quickly in this market. So to think that Cardano can't move from here is a little bit short-sighted. So obviously in my last video, I discussed that ADA would reach $1 in the next 2 months, and I reserve my right to change my predictions, and I'm going to change my prediction here, and I'm going to speculate that right now Cardano, and if we look at the chart here, I just want to kind of put this into perspective. I expect that by my birthday, which is March 11th, next month, we are going to see an above $3 Cardano. I think it could even be closer to the $3.50 mark, and I have a lot of reasoning why. So this would require an approximate $158 billion market cap. Right now, Cardano's market cap sits at around $20 billion. So we're obviously talking about $130 billion that needs to enter the market. Now you might think that I'm crazy for saying this, but this is calculated. February is going to be a huge month for Cardano. We already know it. Charles Hoskinson has said it, and we're expecting some big news coming out this month. On top of that, we know that money flows into this market fairly quickly, and January is now gone. We are now heading into the time where budgets are being balanced and money is going to be flowing into Bitcoin, which definitely means bullish news for the future because people will take profits from their Bitcoin and then put it into altcoins. So even though the institutional buyers aren't going to be buying ADA from the get-go, other than maybe BlackRock or other investment firms, people will sell their Bitcoin because of the profits gained, and they will buy ADA in return. So we can definitely expect that the price is going to rise regardless, and there's tons of money ready and primed to enter the market. I know it's lofty, but in just 5 weeks, I think we can absolutely hit that $3 mark, even that $3.50 mark. But at the end of the day, you need to assess your own risk and do your own research. We already know that there's something big coming around the corner for Cardano. Some think it's going to be a major exchange listing. Some people think it could be a partnership or something else coming out. Either way, Charles Hoskinson would not be teasing it this much if it wasn't something huge for Cardano. And I think the ecosystem has proved itself over the last couple of months that it's here for the long term. And with the peer-reviewed process, I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. So really, Cardano is one of those holds that I will definitely expect to add to my long-term bags. I will definitely take profits this bull run, don't get me wrong, but blockchains like this are something that you might want to hold on to long-term. And I'll explain this in this section. I get this question asked a lot. Is it too late to buy Cardano now that it's hit this price? I just want to bring you guys back to something. Back in 2011, people probably thought that it was too late to buy into Amazon when it was above $200. Approximately $170 it was 7 years ago. People would have definitely thought that it was too late. Well, look at Amazon now, approximately above $3,000 per share. I'm not saying that it's going to have the same type of growth as Amazon or anything like that, although it could theoretically have the same percentage, if not more. I think that there's going to be a lot of money focusing into blockchains and blockchain systems. When you invest in a crypto, you're investing in the system. So it's not like investing in a stock or a business. It's like buying a little piece of the internet. So as much as I'm bullish on Cardano this bull market, I definitely will be holding some in my long-term bags. Now, the best investment advice that I ever got was buy and close your eyes. And that's more important than ever in this bull market. You can't let emotions take over. When you're buying, just buy it. Don't look at the price dips. Don't worry about selling it. Just keep it in your portfolio. Unless you're trading on a day-to-day, you shouldn't be looking at the average prices. Just look at the fundamentals and know what you invest in. In terms of how I'm buying, so I'm going to be buying a little bit of ADA when I get paid here this week. I'll probably be throwing a couple $100s in, which is a little bit more than normal in terms of my other allocations because I go to other alts, but I really want to start building my bag a lot heavier in ADA after what's recently happened and where I expect it to go. I think at least by the end of the bull run, we could definitely see a $10 ADA. So yeah, 63 cents really doesn't seem that much right now. So I'm going to be making up some lost ground and picking up some ADA while my other alts pump. I have some decent bags and other things, so now it's time to just shift and make sure that I have enough ADA. And some people might ask, what's enough? Well, that's subjective. I guess whatever is enough for you. And remember that I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take these prices too seriously. But in terms of long-term staying power, I definitely think that ADA has the long-term standing that it needs to stay in this space and be a big player. I'm more and more sure that ADA is going to moon this bull run. And I really hope the same thing happens with this community and this channel. If you found value, please drop a like. And check out my portfolio series on the screen here. I go through every week and update this portfolio. We started with $1,000 and we put $400 every other week. So it goes over why I'm investing in certain alts, how much I'm investing, and where I think certain alts will go. Also in the comment section below, I'm going to drop a link to the Discord server that you can join to discuss the channel, give me channel suggestions, or talk about ideas or new cryptos coming out. And obviously you can give me suggestions on how to incorporate things on my portfolio. So I've also been getting some series ideas, and somebody had suggested that maybe I review other people's portfolios. I don't know how open to everyone is, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, but if this is something that you guys would like to see, please let me know down below. And if you would like to actually volunteer for this, we can always hop into Discord and chat about it, and we can discuss the logistics of how to record our discussion and go through a portfolio and kind of rate it on things that I would change or maybe even things that I would adapt into my own portfolio. All right, well, that's it for me. Happy hodling.